Hey guys, I've reached 10,000 days as you can see, and what better time than now to make a small world tour. If you want the world download, it's in the description, and join the Discord, frequent updates there. Other than that, I'm just gonna start. So this is where I spawned, pretty boring. Speedrun the game, 30 minutes, there's a video on that on this channel, go check that out maybe. And I just continue to make this very messy, very ugly looking starter base. This has everything that you could just need in the early game, from sugarcane, bamboo, we've got kelp, we've got honey farms, string, some tree, bone meal back there, and obviously storage room. You know, this was my storage, which has now been removed. I made a new one. Just all the basic farms, everything you could ever need. Had a lot of fun here, made a huge 69, because why not? All the things, got a beacon down there, did some mining, all the basic stuff basically. I spent ages here, I think just above 7,000 days, until I finally moved to my new base, which is soon to become my mega base, but I will show that in a bit. Yeah, this is basically everything you need. We got auto crafters, we got weird farms like this is a glow lichen farm, for example, the tree farm. Up here is the bone meal farm, by a mango that is. All the credits to the farms are in the Discord, you can find them there. Recently, well kind of recently, I made this 1 million per hour cobblestone farm, because I just kept running out, and now I don't have that problem anymore. These two giant towers are for mushrooms, red and brown, as you can see. That thing is the string farm, and back there we even have a squid farm. To get all the dyes I need. Also got a small cactus farm, but because I've spent so long in this area, the storage has like 500,000 cactus in there. Which is good to have, although pretty damn useless. From up here you can also see this is a sea pickle farm. This is my stone farm, that's a dripstone farm, azalea leaf and tree farm, moss block farm. Back there, that little sand patch is for turtles. I can just fly down there and show you. But this thing is for snow, which is now broken, but got a bunch of turtles here. To feed the turtles, I got a seagrass farm. This thing is just for glowberries. Although you can bone meal them, so it's pretty useless. This field right here did have nether wart, but it got removed. I'm soon gonna build a new nether wart farm too, because I keep running out of that stuff. Got the furnace array, 46 furnaces, or 40? Yeah, I think it's 46. Vile mango, just made 2 of them. It served me pretty well, but as everything, I now need a better one. The Technoblade memorial statue in memory of Technoblade, he may never be forgotten. These are storage silos, these two, just for dye mostly, but they've been moved because I made a new storage. This is a 2 game tick, I think. Cocoa bean farm, if you ever need a lot of cocoa beans, you can get them. Sheeps, which you can probably hear maybe. This is my dye storage. There was a time where I got 10,000 of each dye, so I would never have to worry about, oh no, I need this color of concrete and that color. This is my early game bee farm, but I did make a bigger one in the nether eventually. This is just a small thing for pets. We've got Scully and Bob, 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 Bob and Bob. This is for melons and pumpkins, which I never really needed to expand. This has served me well just because it's been running in the background, and I think I got like 10,000 pumpkins just lying around. These are the foxes that randomly spawned here, even though this is a normal biome where fox are not meant to spawn. I think this is a plains biome, yeah. There's like no tiger around here. I don't know, it's pretty weird. This is the nether tree farm, which supplied me with a lot of logs over the time. Pretty great design. Right next to that, which is this thing, that's the fungus farm, which I later expanded to serve my needs. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the starter base. There's a little concrete converter, just little quality of life things. We even got a tall flower farm down there, which is pretty cool, and a nano farm. And this is just bulk storage, you know. Just got a couple 10,000 redstone blocks laying around. The last thing, this is my 3x3 crafting system. It's pretty damn fast, and if I ever need anything, just use that, and it's good. If we go over this way, this is where I place my map arts. Right now it's 3 map arts, and this thing is a wandering trader farm, which I never really used. But we've got the RGB trophies, and I better show this on the map. This is the RGB trophies, the Sage PP and the PP sword. Just made that yesterday, I think. Which is also, when I reach 10,000 days, the clip should be up somewhere soon. Maybe now. And if I just zoom out, you can see the sheer size of my world. It's about 4 gigabytes in size now. I've been everywhere and anywhere. And yeah, this is my nice little starter base, you could say. We are gonna go up here into the main storage, which is also in the biggest perimeter currently finished, I think, in single player survival and hardcore, of course. But I'm just gonna make a cut, so you don't have to wait the long time I take to travel there. Okay, we're now at the main storage, and I used the Nether to travel here because it's just way faster. Why make a storage in this exact location? The only reason pretty much is this is the end portal. So I dug out everything around the end portal and then made a 1x1 sliced nether portal using update suppression, which was pretty cool to do actually, and just popped it on top. And now I've got easy access to the end and the nether at the center of my world pretty much, because this is the storage, this is where I get all my things. This is the main attraction, you could say. The storage I've designed myself. There's going to be a video uploaded about this on the 1st of April, which isn't a joke, of me making this and explaining how it works. It can sort every item, which is currently like 700-800, I don't know, but it has room for exactly 1000 items. It's fast. It's got a parallel unloading array, is what you call them. This one was mostly made by the Glotserify, and there's a wandering trader up there, so that's cool. We've got the dragon egg that I don't care about. We also got bats, because this is actually, if you look at the Y level, at Y48. So yeah, it goes down quite far, which I'm gonna show in a second. If you want to see cool shots of this, there's gonna be a cinematic tour that's gonna cover the entire perimeter, because this thing is huge. I mean, look at the storage and look at the size of the perimeter. Yeah, it's absolutely huge, and the biggest project anyone has ever done and like completed in hardcore Minecraft. At least I believe. If there's anyone who knows different, hit me up. We got the input, we got all kinds of sorted items. I'm not gonna explain the way I displayed them, but it does have a system. You know, we got crafting stations. This section is for natural generated blocks. This is for plants and woods. This is the unstackable part, you could say. And this is mostly redstone and other plants that I have mass quantity of. So this is the bulk, this is the second bulk, and these are just normal filtering item storages. I don't know. If I just fly out here, you can maybe see how huge this is. It goes all the way down to bedrock. Yeah, and I filled the entire bottom with water, which isn't too hard because water is infinite. You can just make 2 flying machines and let them run either side. And I'm just gonna fly to this area actually, a bit in the diagonal, just so you can get maybe get an idea of the scale. So this is the end of the storage, and this is the wall. The wall is smooth because I placed a lot of stone. I think it was about 1 million. It took a long time, but it was definitely worth it. It looks very damn clean. Yeah, I'm probably gonna insert a schematic shot here of the entire perimeter, so you can actually see it, because the render distance is like, eh. You know, Mojang, they don't like us, so the render distance is pretty small. On the corner of the perimeter, we have the world record beacon, at least emerald beacon. It's the biggest emerald structure to this day, just above 2.1 million blocks, and it's not hollow. It's not hollow. Of course it's not hollow. Why would I make a hollow beacon? If I just go into free cam, this is free cam. Yeah, there's no air gaps. Instead, if I go underneath, you can see what caves would look like, but there's basically none. It's a solid structure. Over this way, we got the tree farming district. This is a spruce tree farm, this is a dark oak tree farm, and this is the ultimate tree farm. All of the credits are somewhere in my Discord server. If you really want to know the details, just go ahead and ask me. The link is in the description. And this is the modified dustless version of Il Mango's bone meal farm, which just produces over 100,000 bone meal per hour and has been working. Definitely has been working. This way there currently isn't anything, but that's soon gonna change. Let's go into the Nether, because there's definitely some things I want to show there. So this portal is for the tree farming district. This portal is for the beacon, which you can see. This thing is the central portal that is leading to the storage. If I go into FreeCam, you can see the circle shape, which I removed bedrock. I removed bedrock there. That's about the size of the perimeter. Just in Nether scale, because the Nether is 1:8 compared to the overworld. You get the drill. This is Y0, and as you can see down there, there's quite nothing to show actually. But before we go there, this portal leads us to the iron farm. I've got an iron farm because guess what? I need a lot of iron. And this is it. I removed all the top blocks using TNT machines, which you can maybe still see, I don't know. I guess I removed them. Well, but this is just 4 of the waifu, I think they're called, iron farms. Was interesting to build, but definitely a pain getting all the villagers in. Hence why there's a breeding setup and mob switch. And back there, the wooden structure you can see, that's a trading hall. Yeah, it took a long time. But basically these mobs get loaded by a chunk loader, that is this one right here, if I can get in. And this is gonna lead back to the Nether, but not above the roof, that actually leads below the roof. And below the roof is quite interesting. That's the hole I just came from. If I fly up in FreeCam, that's the base and I'm just down there. This is my Nether perimeter. I finished this 2 days ago. I still need to remove all the ancient debris, and I will do that. Don't worry. I still gotta remove the world eaters on both sides. That's gonna be fun. This thing is 1000 by 1000, and I should probably mention the one in the overworld is a 1500 by 1500. This was sick to make, and I definitely plan to make a huge base here. Or at least a Nether hub you could call it, with all kinds of structures and custom terrain. It's gonna look flippin' awesome. Currently the only thing left is the chunk loading portal. But that's all gonna get integrated into the decoration. And obviously all the ancient debris, and guess what? Apparently there's enough ancient debris in the perimeter that is 1000 by 1000 to make a full netherite beacon. So that's gonna be a cool thing for the future. This is my Hoglin farm, AFK spot is up there. We got a seed farm, because if you bone meal grass in the Nether, there can only spawn grass, no flowers, so they just get heated and boxed into, well, shulker boxes. This is the gold farm by the Glotserify. This thing is absolutely mad and absolutely destroys any computer. The ghast farm, this is the bartering setup with the custom storage. This is the basalt farm, does about 500,000 per hour. Back there we got a sponge converter, you can just place them and they get bombed into oblivion, so you don't have to mine them yourselves, to save just a bit more time. If I fly into this direction, we are gonna end up at the raid farm and the old guardian farm. The raid farm I have is the Cronus V3, this lava box right there is the Nether side of it, to basically burn all the Ravengers. But before I go there, I'm actually gonna fly to this portal, which leads to a decorated outpost. Didn't like the way the outpost looked, it was very inefficient in spawning because there was a whole forest covering it. There should be some pillagers probably. Just a lot of banners actually. Yeah, so I just went ahead and decorated it. I removed the entire area, Made some custom decoration in creative, and yeah, as you can see, again I bombed it because mining is slow. I can just go here and kill one of those banner guys back there. Get the effect. Apparently I placed the banner down every time. Go back into the Nether. And fly over to the raid farm, which is the next stop of our little world tour. I'm trying to keep this short, but goddamn, this world is kind of big. But I will cut some parts out. This is the raid farm, custom storage, custom crafting system. Just recently crafted 8 million blocks. The raid farm itself is goddamn small. It's just this tower and this line with these sections. This was the first attempt at it, but it broke. There was an Among Us version, but the Among Us was too sus. So it didn't work. It broke a bunch of times. And these are just chests to store all the items. So I've got millions of dust, glass bottles, gunpowder, and even glowstone. Yeah, glowstone dust. And of course the emeralds, which I craft into blocks. And they just get boxed up. If I go down here... Yeah, I've got quite the amount. I mean, the emeralds for the beacon had to come from somewhere. Which is also why I have 14,902 levels. Ran this thing for quite a while. This is the old raid farm, and if I just fly a bit further in this direction, this is the old Guardian farm, which has now been replaced. The new Guardian farm is this thing, which I will fly to, and that's gonna be the second to last stop in the overworld, but I'm gonna cut to that. Okay, we are now at the nether side of the portal for the new Guardian farm, and this right there is just the drop chute. So I could get easier access to the storage that has obviously been removed because, well, my nether is kind of empty. Yeah, for comparison, that's the nether perimeter, and right here is the Guardian farm. Not everything is laid out and signed in some way, but it shouldn't be too hard finding your way around this world. Yeah, this is all storage. I'm still not done with the decoration, but I'm definitely gonna work on that in the near future. This is the Guardian farm, designed by Gnambom, and this I made a full perimeter for it. So this thing can produce up to 1.8 million drops per hour. I'm just about to finish the decoration. Yeah, this is what the decoration is gonna look like. We got more sus among us, because why not? The next stop, and the last stop in the overworld, at least I hope so, is going to be the Ice and Slime farm. Actually, one last stop in the Nether, which I just forgot about. This is the bee farm. This is still world record, just outside the Nether perimeter, which goes like until there about. Over 3,000 bees, and it definitely works. It produces a lot of honey. But again, if you want to travel somewhere, there are portals for it. So this portal, marked by the ice, is obviously for the ice farm. Yeah, this is the ice farm. It's currently broken, but I got all the ice that I needed, so not really big of an issue. Got a gold farm attached, so you can just mine infinitely. And I made a stone farm there to get all the stone I used for the perimeter by just using the same XP farm. And right here behind this mountain, we've got a powdered snow farm that I've never used, but if I ever need powdered snow, I can use it, I guess. Further this way, we've got the slime farm, which is actually going to be the last stop of the overworld. Also next to that we have short flower farm to get all the dye for all the shulker boxes that I use. As you can see, all my shulker boxes are light blue, and to get the dye I made this thing. And this is the slime farm, a new concept by Il Mango, which uses the brown mushrooms to only allow slime spawning, which get killed by iron golems. You got the hopper minecarts, just putting them into central storage. Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna go to the end now and show everything that's there after another cut. Okay, so this portal actually leads to my concrete duper, which I'm not really proud of using, but it would just take too much time gathering the the sand and the gravel and the concrete powder manually. So I made this thing, which is pretty much the max you could go. I had to break the center portal frame even. But this thing does 192,000 items per hour. In the end, we've got the counterpart, I guess you could say, which either just drops the powder, or it can also convert it into concrete if I just fly into here, and it gets blown up by this little blast chamber. The concrete then gets sorted, and if I need concrete I could just say, whoops, need 50,000 red concrete, and I got it ready. My end is not kind of empty, but very empty. I removed the entire end island, still need to do the pillars, but I might not do that depending on the decoration that I come up for this. Placed a glass sphere around the bottom, which you can see right here. So if I ever just randomly fall for some reason, I'm not gonna die in the void, because this is all just glass. For any texture pack like this dark GUI, the connected glass, join my Discord server. Everything is linked there and you can download it for free. I don't want to be a scumbag and tell you, oh, you need money to do this and do that. No, you don't. Everything is free, including the world download, which you can find in the description. All 20 gateways have obviously been opened, so I killed 20 dragons. That was pretty cool. The simple Enderman farm you all know and love. Early game. And the only thing that's left to show in the end is my Shulker farm. This farm still produces the most channels, I think, in hardcore. I'm not sure, maybe it's been broken by now. But it was very cool to build, and on this channel there's also a sick time-lapse of this. So yeah, just above 20,000 shells per hour. I just land. I can show you the bottom, because this thing is quite huge. My end looks like this. Yeah, right now it's pretty empty, but that's where I want it to be, so I can eventually make a cool base in the center of it. Yeah, also there are 2 other Shulker farms that I just made early game, but we don't talk about those. And I think with that out of the way, that's everything there's to show in the world. There's gonna be a cinematic video of this too, probably uploaded right now, at least I hope so. One last thing, again, mods and schematics and texture packs, whatever, they are all in the Discord, so if you want one, just download it there. Again, it's free. What would be pretty cool though is statistics. So these are all my statistics. You can just pause, you know the drill, you know how YouTube works. Look at this. Recently I just hit 3,000 hours, which is this one, 125 days IRL, and 10,000 days obviously, that's the purpose of this video. If we go to items, yeah, it's kind of hard to look at this. I'm gonna switch soon, but down here are the total things crafted, mined, things like that. But I am gonna go to the vanilla statistics, times mined, couple million blocks in total, most proudly probably 43,000 obsidian and almost 25,000 deep slate diamond ore and 11,000 normal diamond ore, which comes out to a total of just about 75,000 diamonds, which was actually the world record for quite some time, but it's now been broken by a guy nobody knows the name of. You might have seen his diamond beacon video, which is pretty cool. Never broken a single netherite tool. I crafted 8 million blocks of emerald, like I said, and a ton of other things, you know. All the planks from all the tree farms, a lot of iron blocks, a lot of bone meal, to craft chests, to craft shulker boxes for the Shulker farm. Almost 100,000 rockets, you know, just a lot of blocks that I need. I will need in the future. Times used, 4 million for the pickaxe and 3 million for the sword. Then you obviously got the emeralds and the stone. A lot of bucket uses for the nether perimeter mostly, and the overworld perimeter. It takes a lot of buckets to remove things, it turns to remove liquids, it turns out. Got a lot of redstone components, pistons, observers, all in the tens of thousands. Yeah. Picked up by far my biggest statistic, the single, biggest one. 72.5 million emeralds picked up to craft, obviously, all the emerald blocks. After that, it's just crafting pretty much, just crafting utensils, and I also dropped, yeah, pretty boring there. For the mobs, I'm just gonna slowly scroll. The most notable are obviously every mob from the raid farm. Yeah, things like 65 million pillagers. I also have 166 million mob kills total, so that's cool, I guess. But I will use the drops I got from those farms for a future project. The player kills are just carpet bots to load chunks. I just tend to kill them instead of using the command to kill them. And the 500,000 zombies and the 200 something thousand drowned, there they are, 293,000 drowned, are from the copper farm. That's what it's called. Yeah, if you want this world, it's in the description, just download it. I hope this world tour was a lot better than the last one. Sometimes I stream, currently every month I'm making a video and releasing it on my other channel, which is also linked in the description. If you download the world, you're gonna spawn here, just hop into the Nether, and you can just go anywhere you want. But that's it for the world tour. I've got nothing more to say. Thank you all so much for watching, and goodbye.